Hello everybody, welcome to another charting / educational session here in the channel. Today is April 29th. I did not take any trades today. I kind of just sat and watched the market, stayed patient and disciplined. Did not find any really good setups that I saw. There were a couple good setups today, but market conditions were not that good. So today was Monday, and looking at action here, you can kind of just tell starting from 7 a.m. here, this was our action. We didn't go anywhere today, compared to how it usually runs, just like this, up and down, right? We just stayed here. So, let's take a look at what happened. So, first of all, I want to sort of explain what action is really doing here. Now, going out to the 4 hour, this was when market took all-time highs. We were in this consolidated period for a long time. Then we had this massive sell-off, taking out all this engineered sell side, and now we're right here. And I do want to see, did we tap OTE of this bigger range? Actually, it would be like this. I think we tapped in between golden ratio and OTE by looking at it, but let's see. Yeah, we tapped right here between golden ratio and OTE. So let me sort of explain this. So right here, took all-time highs, sold off, and the next thing after we have a massive sell-off like this is we want to rebalance price. So more specifically, we want to rebalance price to 50% of the range. So here's the top of this range of this leg, and then we go to the bottom. You can see that we have tapped discount. Now on top of this, there's a couple other things we can look at. We're now in discount, right? And that's sort of why we were slow today, because we entered, well, not discount for shorts, but it's actually premium. So after tapping premium, which I'm going to mark like right here, make sure this is right. Just gonna line this up. Okay, so you can see we've came up today, and so I want to delete this. Okay, what I want to see us do, we still don't have to do it, but I do want to see us go up to this high, just because it is a high here. And if we go to the 1 hour, you can see this isn't a fair value gap. I would really like it to come up to here and possibly retest this earlier support and use it as an inverse resistance. That is something that the market usually does, but it's really not necessary. One thing we could look at though is some sort of higher time frame manipulation. So we do have this manipulation. We have two of them. So we have this one, which is a pretty good one, right? If we go down to like the 15-minute, you can see this actually can be extended a little bit more. We had this manipulation down that took these two lows, and we build up after that. This is your protected low. We did not take it, and standard deviation lines up to above here and estimates around here. But looking at the 1 hour, yeah, this is what it would be. Or you could look at it like this and see us hitting this, but I don't think we're going to go this high. I honestly don't want to see us go this high. So this is where I'm looking at. I do think we may go around here, right? We also have this order block, but we have a fair value gap right under it. So we really just got to go to this 3.5, which is aligned with this fair value gap. But again, we really don't have to go here. Let me just real quick see if this was a soup at the bottom. Okay, so yeah, right here was actually a soup. So this is a protected low because there's an SMT here. Here's the manipulation down, forming this SMT. So here is the projections where we should probably go to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this out, right? put this, not necessarily this one. Okay, so here is our target, and we are right now sort of in this 2.5. So after this, on a higher time frame, our draw is discount of this leg, of the leg that took out all of this sell side liquidity. So next after that, we would want to retrace down to discount. Sorry, not next after that, but before this, as we were moving up, we want to retrace to some sort of discount. So we have this leg going up. As you can see, we are coming up here, and there's a couple different fractals to look at. So we have this one big fractal where we're going to have a bunch of different moves here. Price action from the 19th all the way to the 30th, right? This is like half of a month worth. This is like 10 days worth of action. Okay. So you can notice here that on most of these legs, we do retrace up to, or to discount before moving higher. For example, this leg right here, we retrace to discount. This leg right here, we retrace to discount. So I'm going to mark this one out. All right, we come down, retrace to discount, come back up. Then out of this entire leg, we ended up retracing a discount again. And here was a little internal move that I had a charting session about, where we came down. We had this manipulation from news, I believe, came down, tapped here, shot right back up. And then right here, this is not a discount move, but we did obviously hit this for value gap. We also do have this breaker right here that we respected. And there's different ways people draw breakers. I like to draw them like this. Some other people like to, some other people may like to draw it like this, right? So I don't think I actually have this, but I'll just put that. This is, again, this could be a breaker / order block right here. I like to do it with the line though. So after that, we are now in this leg, and from today's price action, if you look at from the high, get out of here. Look at it from the high to the low, we tap discount. And so now, well, we tap discount, we also did respect this 1 hour for value gap. So zooming into this morning, around like right here, let's go back and replay the action for today. So I'm gonna put this right here. Now, looking at this, we have 1 hour for value gap right here. This is the only for value gap that's created on this move. So looking at the 15-minute here, this could be a draw liquidity, but also up here could be a draw liquidity. But, you know, we may want to rebalance down to this leg. We also do have sort of a breaker here. So this is one massive order block. But what we could do is tap the top of this. So here is a breaker, and that sort of adds confluence that the draw could be lower. We also do have lows right here and some stacked lows right here. So additionally, I want to see if there were any SMTs up here. Pretty sure there were. I could be wrong though. Okay, so here is the thing I want to mention. Now, this is only a thing that's kind of been new, but something about ES is that what ES likes to do is it likes to leave equal lows all the time. So right here, we have equal highs, equal lows, right? We have these three equal lows that end up not getting taken, and that is sort of a pattern that ES likes to do. So whenever ES makes equal lows or highs, an NQ doesn't, that can create an SMT. So right here is the SMT. So this can show us that we want to go lower. And then let's see if there's any bullish SMTs. So one thing to notice with price action is you want to pay attention to what kind of SMTs there are. So there could be bullish and bearish. If there's double of them, the markets are not that probable. So we don't have one here. This one doesn't really count as one in my opinion because it's a gap up. It's not really a low. None here. Right, we really don't have any prominent ones anywhere. Just the one at this top. So came down, and what happened here, we respected the first for value gap of this 15-minute. So here's your 15-minute for value gap. Come down, and here's your retrace to OTE right here. Right, respected OTE. And something about OTE and discount, right? How do you know whenever to use OTE versus discount? Well, this is what you want to kind of think of. When there's a range and you retrace to, in this case, it's premium, right? You want to wait for a reaction or a sell model and a respect to that sell model to then go lower. So in this case, if we were at this candle right here, if price action was, let me do this. If price action was right here, and then we saw this, I would not put in any sort of short unless there's an internal sell model. So for example, going down to a smaller time frame, I would want to see a sell model here. So let's try to find this on the 1 minute. Okay. So first I want to identify any SMTs. Not right here. Right here we do have an SMT. So first thing to notice. Okay, we have an SMT and we are in discount. This looks good for a sell model. So what I would want to see here is us to come down, which we did right here. We come back up. We did not create another SMT here. Keep in mind this was very early in the morning. We do come back down again. So from here, I want to see, are we going to respect something bullish, or are we going to respect something bearish? So we kind of did something bullish here. We tapped discount. This probably also tapped OTE. And a way you can tell if it's going to be OTE or not is because you want to see how it respects. So touch on this a little bit in a second. But if we come down, and again, there's no model right here for us to buy, we want to wait for a buy model. We do tap OTE and respect it. This is pretty bullish, okay? So again though, this would be your entry for this model. If you were to see that we are in premium of the range for sells, we create SMT, strong displacement down, you would want to see this for value gap get respected. If this for value gap gets respected, then you know the model is probably going to play out. If it doesn't, and we just run past it, the model probably won't play out. As you can see, we broke this high, SMT gone, right? SMT broken. So here you just want to wait for some more structure. So we have this high, this. Okay, we have certain SMT right here. There is. So new SMT created here. Now we want to see, is this SMT going to respect or not? So we come down, and number one, we're still holding this fair value gap. We held the fair value gap. We did not create SMT down here. Let's see what happens here. So we had the fair value gap, broke this high. SMT is now broken. Now we look at this, no SMT here, and we keep playing action. But once again, right here, there is no sell model. Okay, let's see if there might be an SMT with these highs right here. No, there's not. Okay, so again, no sell model, so we keep waiting. Right, we keep waiting, and some people may see the sell off. They'll be like, "Oh, we're starting to head down now." Well, no, we could come easily right back up. So here's still pre-market, and we come up, and then we tap this 15-minute, and that is where we are here. Again, we still have this SMT up here, and this 15-minute that was created did play out. We came down, but again, the higher time frame draw, we have two conflicting draws here. We have this lower draw, and we also have this higher draw. The lower draw is probably going to get hit first if we do want to retrace the discount. Sometimes we won't. That's why it's a game of probabilities. So we come down here. Let's check to see if there was an SMT up here. There was not. Let's check to see if there's an SMT with these highs. And there was. So ES took this high while NQ didn't. So right here is an SMT that we can draw out. Right, so here's a much bigger time frame SMT that says this low should get taken, and we just kind of want to watch. We end up breaking this SMT. So this SMT is no longer in play, and just watching price action more. Right, we are very, very strongly into discount or into premium of this range. We actually went past premium. So going even more. Where's market open? Let me mark out market open real quick. Right, still waiting for some sort of turtle soup entry. So we did have an SMT right here. So first thing, you want to see where's the first fair value gap. First fair value gap that we tap into is this one, and we fail it. Second line of defense could be discount or OTE. We come up, here's OTE, we got to see, are we going to close below it or above it? We close below, kind of come down. Never created a fair value gap on the downside. We actually respected this 1 minute, came back up, and we are all the way up here. And this right here also created an SMT. Did it? Hold on, let me check. Yep, equal highs do still count as an SMT. We actually came up and broke it here. So here's another SMT at the high. Right, this SMT is broken. So we want to see, are we going to create a fair value gap and respect it? No, we didn't. We just came right back up again. This SMT is broken. So this is kind of what it's like to just constantly waiting for every step of your model to get sort of set up. And if it doesn't get set up, don't take a trade. So looking at this, we sell off here. Did we create any SMT? We have a little small internal one right here. I do think I remember seeing this as well. Here's a little small internal SMT. We have this low that wants to get taken probably. So the low gets taken here. Do we have, we do have this internal SMT. Now keep in mind, this SMT right here, this high is protected until we take out this low right here, because that's the leg that the SMT is created on. But we did end up taking out this leg, creating an SMT. So this SMT doesn't matter anymore, right? Take off this, make sure to keep your charts clean so you kind of understand what's going on. We also do have SMT right here. So keep in mind, our bias, bigger time frame, is down here, right? That's our bias, bigger time frame. We still have not reached there yet. We have not created really many sell models to get that. The only sell model that we created was this little small SMT right here to target this low. But the only problem is there's no entry to get into it. So right here we have double SMT. This is a manipulated low. You could use standard deviation right here. This is the manipulation leg down. double SMT. This should be protected low. Here's the fair value gap entry. So either you could wait for a respec to this, which is what I would do, especially if we have sort of just choppy action right here. But also market is going to be open soon. So anything right before here, any SMTs right before market open usually don't play out, but sometimes they can. So right here, this does actually end up playing out. This SMT right here says this high should get taken. Standard deviation also shows you that this should get taken. So we entered it to 2.5, and then we ended up just dumping. So now we have a couple things to look at here. So let's see where this move ends up leading us. Massive dump down. And from this dump down, you can sort of figure out that we may go down to this low, but also you want to check any SMTs. So we did have a SMT right here. Right. SMT right here. Since we did form SMT, we had displacement up. If any of these fair value gaps get respected, so it is this fair value gap. If this fair value gap gets respected, we're most likely going to head higher. So let's see what happens here. We actually come down, we sweep this low again, which creates another SMT. That is why you wait for the respect of the fair value gap, because as you can see, we just ran it. Create another SMT. Here is another manipulation leg, right? That would also make this low protected. We come up, we take out the high of this SMT. Now, right here, I would want to see us retrace to discount of this internal range. So let's see what happens here. We don't actually return a discount. But obviously that doesn't really matter yet. We could still return a discount of this range. So just keep watching. Maybe if there is a small internal SMT, that could be targeted. So there is not at the moment. Right here, we don't tap it yet. We have this order block. Do we come down and tap it? Yep. So here we go. Now we tap this. And at this moment, we come up, right? We create another SMT, manipulate this low. This low says that we should come, this SMT says we should go here. So this low is protected until we take out this high, right? So this low is not protected. So what you want to do is wait for another setup, wait for another internal SMT. So we actually did have an SMT here, and it ended up failing. We also, do we have an SMT anywhere else? No, but let's keep watching. So we get another strong sell-off down. Now, here is where you can sort of think of seeing a difference between OTE and discount. After we sold off and we're still digging deeper into discount here, that's where you can draw to OTE. And you can see, this, we sort of went a little too low. This would have been too low for my likings. We still do this, have this inverse, actually, this 1 minute right here. I'm also going to put on these right here. This is a fair value gap indicator. Any of the reds are bearish fair value gaps. Any of the greens are bullish. So we do have this bearish 15 minute. You do have this 1 minute. It kind of marks out each fair value gap. So after we come down again, and do we create an SMT? No. Again, we created one here. And this is sort of right here is a great reason why price has not been efficient. We're creating all of these SMTs, right? Here's turtle soup. Right here, this is turtle soup. And we're tapping in a golden ratio. The only problem is that we did not respect this fair value gap. If we don't respect this fair value gap, the model is not going to work out. So we ended up coming down. SMT broken. We tap this 1 minute again. We end up coming back up and we tap another 1 minute right here. Let's see if this 1 minute is in discount. It probably is. Yep. So this is beautifully discount. We head higher, hopefully take out this high. We take out this high. We do have all this engineered buy side, so let's see if this all gets taken out. So that all did get taken out. So if you were to place a trade here at discount and this 1 minute for value gap, you could ride all of this buy side out. We also do have another retrace to discount of this fractal to then head higher. On top of that, we can see if there was any SMTs. Does not look like there were any bearish SMTs. Doesn't look like there were actually. No, not yet. But this one right here. Yep, this push up right here did create an SMT up here. Okay. So one thing you could also look at is we have this standard deviation still lined up, which also does line up with this one. So we could see that get targeted. And also keep in mind, we are in premium of this range. Okay, so just a couple things to look at. See, there's a sell model. There was no sell model. SMT was broken again. Let's see, there's a small internal. No, there wasn't. Not a small internal here either. Here we sold off. Here's the first for value gap we tap into. Sell off again. No turtle soup though. But now we want to see. Let's go to discount of this range. So we go to discount of this range. And we are digging into discount, it looks like a little bit. So I'm going to change this to OTE. So as you can see right here, we tap OTE perfectly. Let's see what happens here. We just dig back down. We tap into these 1 minutes. Create a 15 minute and a 5 minute for later. And we sell back off. So you can kind of see today, like, there was just not many turtle soups. It's not the fact that they weren't respected, it's just that the confirmation entries, they didn't get respected. So we have, I'll draw this out real quick. So we have okay, so let's say this is your SMT. We have displacement down after the SMT. Then we have a retrace that goes into a fair value gap. And you want to either see, is price going to go down like this? If price goes down and closes like this, I would take an entry because it would show that we're respecting the fair value gap. But if price keeps going higher, then it can show me that we're not respecting the fair value gap. We're not bearish. Okay, so that is a lot what happened today. So we end up coming down here. Let's see what happens here. I think there was an SMT right here. Okay, no, there wasn't. Actually, it might have been right here, maybe? No. Oh, it actually might have been all of this. I thought there was another SMT. I could actually be wrong, though. It could have been just earlier. Do we have any bearish SMTs? Yeah, we have this bearish SMT. So this bearish SMT right here does actually end up playing out. We sold off, right? Took out this low. So we can sort of take out these SMTs. And right here is where we tap into, on this move down, we tap into discount of this entire range. Right, so again, looking at fractals, here's discount. We are trying to go up to here, like I said earlier. Okay, that is our main goal. So now, this makes us very probability, right? Probability is stacking higher time frame models on lower time frame models. So again, for the highest probability trade, you want to align a higher time frame model with a lower time frame model with a lower time frame model with a lower time frame model. So what do I mean by this? Right? Our goal, okay, number one, we are in premium of this range. Since we're in premium of this bigger time frame range, sell models are more probable than buy models. We have, I think we did have a sell model right here. This SMT right here is part of a bigger time frame sell model. We have displacement down, first tap into a fair value gap, which is this 15-minute on this model, and we end up selling off, taking a low. And then we have this model right here, and now that we are in discount of this range, plus this model being in discount, so here's bigger time frame model, here's smaller time frame model. We're in discount of the range. That means anything around here or after we've tapped into here, any buy models are very highly probable, especially because the draw with standard deviation is this high. So going into the 1 minute, we look for a model down here. You can see no SMT, and you sort of want to wait for an SMT. Now, this could be considered a manipulation leg. You don't need an SMT, but this could be considered a manipulation leg, which actually is beautiful because it lines up this to 2.5 inside of this high, and this 3.5 to 4 at this high. So those are our targets. So after seeing this, I honestly probably would take a trade long, even if there's no SMT. There could honestly be a higher time frame SMT. Let me check real quick on the 15-minute. So, for example, let's check at this low. So this low is not taken here. Is the low taken here? The low is taken here. So, if you're really looking into this, this could be an SMT, right? Even though on ES, it's not really a prominent low. We did tap into discount of both ranges, had strong displacement up, so I would consider this as a form in an SMT, or not. Yeah, this could be an SMT, could be soup. This would be protected low. This would be your standard deviation projections. Then this is the first fair value gap we tap into. We respect it. So now I want to see us. I want to wait for the second entry. So this could be a try right here. Personally, for me though, I would want to see us, and you'd put your stop at the bottom of this candle. You would take profits at this high, most likely just the level 2, and you could either do this or you could wait for us to retrace into discount of this range. Personally, me, I want to be more safe. I would wait for discount of this range. We also do have a low right here that we could get taken out, create a possible internal SMT, but let's see what happens. So right here, if you were to play like this trade would work out, right? We come up here, we take out this 2.5, and if we're displacing up this much past it, well, we did just take this high. Most likely though, if there's not an SMT at this high, we should just run straight up to this level, but let's just check real quick. So we actually did create an SMT. Now, which SMT is more probable? This bigger one or the smaller one? Well, this bigger one was created in discount. We are now in a premium. The smaller one suggests that we should go down to this low. So this is where it kind of gets tricky. For me personally, I would want to wait until maybe we could possibly get a move down to discount, but I do think the market closes around here. Yeah, this is basically a market close, so we probably just consolidate. But yeah, that's kind of where we are now. Honestly, this is a bigger, what's the higher time frame draw, right? The higher time frame draw as of right now is this area. We have already created, we've already tapped discount, we've already respected this SMT. What I'd like to see from this move is for this to hold and us to go higher. So that's mostly what's going to happen. That's probably what's going to happen in the overnight session. Let's also check to see any news for tomorrow. So tomorrow we have 8:30 red folder, 10 a.m. red folder, 6:45 red folder. So I do like the morning tomorrow, and I will be able to trade it. Now that I'm not in any classes, I can finally trade every single day. So that is good to see. But once again, today I took 0 trades. It was very hard to read price action because we just kept chopping. That's also why this trading session is a little difficult. But it does show you how if we don't respect the confirmation entries of Turtle Soup, that we just have chop. But again, looking at this at a higher time frame, we have tapped discounted this leg. It's now time to push back up, right? And now it's time to go to this high. After we do this, create a sell model, and hopefully that is where we'll start running all of these lows and really, really, really sell off. Again, looking at much higher time frame, this is the sell. This is the leg that had a sell. Up here, this is our confirmation entry. And in addition, if we take OTE of this entire range, this is around OTE level. So I'm going to remove this for now. What I want to see us go to is OTE of this level. I'm going to remove that. So that's really all I have for this charting session. Not much more else to say. Just hopefully price action is more efficient tomorrow. It should be after the news clears up and all that stuff. So yeah, that's all I have for this charting session. I hope you all have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.